Y'all know what time it is. Genesis chapter 32. Let's go. Jacob went on his way, and God's angel met him. And Jacob sent messengers to Esau, his brother. And he commanded them, saying, Say this to my lord Esau. Your servant Jacob says, I have been living with Laban, and I have ox, flocks, men servants, women servants, and I have sent to tell my lord that I may find mercy and kindness in your sight. And the messengers returned to Jacob, saying, We came to your brother Esau, and now he is on his way to meet you, and 400 men are with him. Then Jacob was greatly afraid, and he divided the people who were with him into two groups, thinking, if Esau comes to the one group and smites it, then the other group which is left will escape. Jacob said, O God, who said to me, Return to your people, and I will do you good. I am not worthy of the mercy which you have shown to your servant. For with only my staff I passed over this Jordan long ago, and now I have become two companies. Deliver me, I pray you, from the hand of my brother, for I fear him, lest he come and smite us all. You said, I will surely do you good and make your descendants as the sand of the sea. And Jacob lodged there that night and took from what he had as a present for his brother Esau. He gave him a bunch of stuff, 20 goats, 200 ewes, 20 rams, 20 she-goats, 10 dogs, and he put them into the charge of his servants and said, Pass over before me and put a space between drove and drove. And he commanded, when Esau, my brother, meets you and asks you to whom you belong, where you are going, you shall say, They are your servant Jacob's. It is a present, and moreover, he is behind us. And so he commanded the second and the third and all that followed, saying, This is what you are to say to Esau when you meet him. For he said, I will appease him with my present that goes before me, and afterward perhaps he will accept me. So the present went before him, and he himself lodged that night. But he rose up that same night and took his 2 wives, his 2 women servants, and his 11 sons, and passed over the ford and sent them across the brook. Jacob was left alone, and a man wrestled with him until daybreak. And when the man did not prevail against Jacob, he touched his thigh, and Jacob's thigh was put out of joint. Then he said, Let me go, for day is breaking. But Jacob said, I will not let you go unless you declare a blessing on me. The man asked him, What is your name? He said, Jacob, which means schemer, trickster, swindler. And he said, Your name shall no more be Jacob, but Israel, contender with God, which means contender with God. For you have contended and have power with God and with men. Then Jacob asked him, Tell me, I pray you, what is your name? But he said, Why is it that you ask my name? And the angel of God declared a blessing on Jacob. And Jacob called the name of the place, the face of God, saying, I've seen God. And the sun rose upon him, and he was limping because of his thigh. That is why to this day Israelites do not eat the hip, because the angel of the Lord touched Jacob's hip. End of chapter 32. I mean, pretty straightforward. You see, he tried to use the present to appease his brother. He became rich over there, and now he's heading across. The famous part that everyone always brings up is that this part where he's wrestling. It's like, who's he wrestling with? He's wrestling with a being, a person. He doesn't know who this person was. This person kind of disappeared. It was a very mysterious thing. They kind of call him an angel, but this is where his name changed from Jacob to Israel, which means contender with God, which is the name that is still existent now, Israel, from this night that Jacob had, in which he was so significant that he changed his name and felt, well, the Lord had changed his name. I mean, and then this guy disappeared. This happens a few times, and so this is one of those times. But we say angel of the Lord because we all know God is spirit, and so you can't see God like face to face. He doesn't have a face to just say this is it, but he has every face.